Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a truly remarkable coin from the US. Mint the 1986 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark. This specific quarter not only carries historical significance, but also has an interesting story when it comes to its value in today's market. So, let's get started. First up, the 1966 Washington quarter, specifically focusing on the circulation condition variant without a mint mark. Join us as we uncover the history, details, and current market value of this rare silver coin. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Fast forward to the 1960s, and we find ourselves in a time of significant change in the United States, both culturally and economically. The year 1966 marked an interesting period in coinage history, as it was one of the last years to feature silver content before the switch to clad coin. The 1966 Washington quarter contains 90% silver and 10% copper, weighing 6.25 grams. It is essential to understand that this particular quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, but the one we're focusing on today is the Philadelphia version, which does not have a mint mark. Now, let's take a closer look at the design. The obverse features a classic profile of George Washington, while the reverse showcases a majestic eagle perched on a rock, symbolizing freedom and strength. The design remains timeless, contributing to the coin's lasting appeal among collectors. The condition of a coin is crucial in determining its value. In circulation condition, the 1966 Washington quarter may show signs of wear, including scratches, dings, and fading. While it might not be in pristine shape, it still holds significant value for collectors who appreciate its historical context and silver content. The market for silver coins, particularly those minted before 1965, has seen considerable fluctuations over the years. As of today, the value of a 1966 Washington quarter in circulation condition can range from $290,000 depending on the specific wear and overall appeal of the coin. However, if you happen to find one that's in better condition, the value can significantly increase, sometimes reaching upwards of $430,000 or more at auction. Collectors and investors alike are drawn to silver coins not just for their numismatic value, but also for their intrinsic metal value. As the price of silver fluctuates, so too does the value of these quarters. In times of economic uncertainty, more collectors look to acquire coins like the 1966 Washington quarter as a hedge against inflation. Many collectors find joy in acquiring coins like the 1966 Washington quarter. It represents a piece of our history and a tangible connection to the past. Plus, with the increasing rarity of silver coins, the investment potential can be quite lucrative. In conclusion, the 1966 Washington quarter, without a mint mark, despite being a circulation coin, holds a fascinating place in the realm of coin collecting. Its historical significance, combined with its silver content, ensures that it will continue to be valued by both collectors and investors alike. If you come across one in your change, consider holding onto it or getting it appraised. Next up, the 1972 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. This coin not only carries significant historical value, but is also considered rare in today's market, especially in very good condition. So let's explore its details, rarity, and what makes it valuable in today's market. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It features a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse, a design that has become iconic in American coinage. By the time we reached the 1972 issue, the coin had undergone some design changes, but its essence remained the same, celebrating the legacy of America's first president. Now, let's talk about the 1972 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. This particular coin was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the absence of a mint mark. The 1972 Washington quarter has a composition of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, giving it a beautiful silver-like appearance. In very good condition, you can expect the coin to exhibit some wear and tear, with the details softened but still recognizable. In the world of coin collecting, condition is key. A very good condition coin will show significant wear but still have most of the major design elements visible. On a 1972 Washington quarter, you should see the outlines of Washington's profile and the eagle, although some details will be faded. The rarity of this coin is what truly elevates its market value. While millions were minted, the number of well-preserved specimens has diminished over the years, making them increasingly sought after by collectors. So, what can you expect to pay for a 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark in very good condition? As of today, these coins are valued significantly higher than their face value, ranging anywhere from $170,000 depending on their specific condition and market demand. However, for those in slightly better condition, prices can escalate to $250,000 or more. For those coins that have been graded and certified, especially if they've been preserved in mint state, the value can rise even higher. Collectors are always on the lookout for unique pieces, and the 1972 quarter without a mint mark fits the bill perfectly. If you're interested in adding a 1972 Washington quarter without a mint mark to your collection, there are several places you can check. Local coin shops often have a selection of quarters, and you can also find them at coin shows, where dealers are eager to share their knowledge and offer their merchandise. Additionally, online marketplaces like eBay and specialized coin auction sites can be excellent resources for both buying and selling. In conclusion, the 1972 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark is more than just a piece of currency. It's a window into our nation's history and a treasure for collectors. Its rarity and rising market value make it a must-have for any serious coin enthusiast. Next up, the 1987 Washington quarter dollar with a P mint mark. This coin isn't just any quarter, it represents a unique intersection of rarity, condition, and market value that has captured the attention of collectors everywhere. The Washington quarter was first issued in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Since then, it has undergone various design changes and minting processes. By 1987, the U.S. Mint had produced billions of quarters, but the ones minted at the Philadelphia Mint with a P mint mark are particularly sought after, especially in extra fine condition. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1987 Washington quarter. On the obverse side, we see a detailed profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Surrounding his image are the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" with the date 1987 prominently displayed. On the reverse, we find the iconic eagle perched atop a bundle of arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace, along with the inscriptions United States of America and quarter dollar. Now, when we talk about coins, condition is everything. The term extra fine refers to coins that show very slight wear, but maintain most of their original mint luster and detail. In the case of the 1987 Washington quarter, an extra fine example will display clear features on both sides without significant scratches or blemishes. So why is this coin considered rare and valuable today? Although the 1987 Washington quarter was produced in large quantities, high-quality examples in extra fine condition are becoming increasingly hard to find. As collectors seek to complete their sets, demand for well-preserved specimens drives prices upward. Currently, the market value for an extra fine 1987 Washington quarter can range anywhere from $320,000 depending on the condition. Put this into perspective, let's compare it with quarters from nearby years. The 1986 and 1988 quarters, while still collectible, generally fetch lower prices due to higher availability and less demand. This highlights how the 1987 quarter stands out, making it a prime candidate for both collectors and investors. If you're lucky enough to own a 1987 Washington quarter in extra fine condition, it's crucial to store it properly to maintain its value. Use acid-free holders, avoid cleaning the coin, and keep it in a climate-controlled environment. These practices will help preserve the coin's condition for years to come. In summary, the 1987 Washington quarter dollar with a P mint mark is not just a piece of currency, it's a collectible treasure that embodies a rich history and offers significant market value today. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, keep an eye out for this quarter in your hunts. It may just be your next great find. Next up, the 1989 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. While it might seem like an everyday coin, some 1989 quarters are actually more special than you'd think. Let's explore what makes this coin stand out, its fascinating history, and what collectors are paying for this piece of American history in today's market. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since it first came out in 1932. The quarter was initially created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it quickly became one of the most popular coins in the United States. By the time we reached 1989, this iconic quarter had already been in production for more than 5 decades. However, something significant happened with the 1989 quarter. In Philadelphia, where these coins were minted and marked with the P Mint mark, some coins were struck with a unique twist. This included a handful of 1989 quarters with slight mint errors, making them valuable among collectors today. So, what exactly sets the 1989 quarter apart from other Washington quarters? First off, look at the P Mint mark located on the obverse, or front, side of the coin, right beside Washington's portrait. This tells us that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. The year 1989 was a time when millions of quarters were minted, so in general, these coins are not rare. However, some unique 1989 quarters stand out, particularly ones with unusual characteristics like slight errors or distinctive toning. In terms of composition, this quarter is primarily made of copper nickel, with a clad layer of copper on the inside. However, there are rumors and speculations that a few error coins may have been struck accidentally on a silver planchet, making these error quarters incredibly valuable. When it comes to the value of a 1989 P Mint mark Washington quarter, condition plays a major role. Since you mentioned very good condition, let's clarify what that means for collectors. In very good condition, the coin might show visible wear, but key features like Washington's portrait and the text around the edge should still be clear. If your 1989 quarter is in this condition, it's certainly collectible, but the real value jumps when we talk about higher conditions like extra fine or uncirculated. For example, uncirculated versions of this coin can command a higher price, especially among serious collectors. Let's explore what makes this coin stand out, its fascinating history, and what collectors are paying for this piece of American history in today's market. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since it first came out in 1932. The quarter was initially created to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, and it quickly became one of the most popular coins in the United States. By the time we reached 1989, this iconic quarter had already been in production for more than 5 decades. However, something significant happened with the 1989 quarter. In Philadelphia, where these coins were minted and marked with a P Mint mark, some coins were struck with a unique twist. This included a handful of 1989 quarters with slight mint errors, making them valuable among collectors today. So, what exactly sets the 1989 quarter apart from other Washington quarters? First off, look at the P Mint mark located on the obverse, or front, side of the coin, right beside Washington's portrait. This tells us that the coin was minted in Philadelphia. The year 1989 was a time when millions of quarters were minted, so in general, these coins are not rare. However, some unique 1989 quarters stand out, particularly ones with unusual characteristics like slight errors or distinctive toning. In terms of composition, this quarter is primarily made of copper nickel, with a clad layer of copper on the inside. However, there are rumors and speculations that a few error coins may have been struck accidentally on a silver planchet, making these error quarters incredibly valuable. When it comes to the value of a 1989 P Mint mark Washington quarter, condition plays a major role. Since you mentioned very good condition, let's clarify what that means for collectors. In very good condition, the coin might show visible wear, but key features like Washington's portrait and the text around the edge should still be clear. Now, if your 1989 quarter is in this condition, it's certainly collectible, but the real value jumps when we talk about higher conditions like extra fine or uncirculated. For example, uncirculated versions of this coin can command a higher price, especially among serious collectors. Another reason for its value is the appeal of mint errors. For instance, quarters from this year with misstruck edges, doubling in the text, or unique coloring due to a minting flaw can attract significantly higher bids. So, what is the 1989 Washington quarter worth in today's market? For a standard 1989 P quarter in very good condition, the average market value can range from $400,000. Silver-struck era quarters from this year are incredibly rare, and collectors who discover these treasures often find themselves holding coins worth $900,000 or more, depending on the silver content and overall condition. Even other era varieties without silver can still fetch prices from $700,000 or more, particularly if the era is highly visible and authenticated by a reputable grading service. If you have a 1989 Washington quarter and want to assess its value, here are some tips to get started. First, examine your coin under good lighting and look for any unique marks, such as doubling in the letters, unusual coloring, or a potential minting error. Consider using a magnifying glass to inspect the details more closely. Next, compare your coin's condition to official grading standards. Coins that are graded very good, fine, extra fine, or uncirculated each hold different values. If you believe your coin may be a rare mint error, it's best to have it authenticated by a reputable coin grading service, like the Professional Coin Grading Service or the Numismatic Guarantee Corpora. This certification can greatly increase your coin's value in the market. Who knew that a 1989 Washington quarter with a P mint mark could be so intriguing? While most of these coins may still be worth face value, the potential for finding a rare error or unique silver variation makes it an exciting pursuit for collectors. Next up, the 1984 Washington quarter featuring the P mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. This coin might look like just an ordinary quarter, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Stick with us as we explore what makes this coin special, its unique history, and of course, its potential market value today. The Washington quarter was first introduced back in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design has remained largely the same, showcasing the iconic profile of Washington on the obverse and, until 1999, an eagle on the reverse side. The 1984 quarter is no exception to this classic design. However, it comes with its own set of unique attributes that make it an interesting collectible today. Let's take a closer look at the 1984 Washington quarter. This coin was minted in Philadelphia, as denoted by the P mint mark on the obverse side, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. One notable detail about this coin is that it's often mistaken for a silver coin, given its look and feel. However, by 1984, the U.S. Mint had already transitioned to a copper-nickel-clad composition for quarters, which means these coins contain no silver. Now, you might wonder if this quarter isn't silver, why is it considered rare or valuable? Good question. The rarity of a 1984 P Washington quarter lies not in its metal but rather in its overall condition, any unique errors, and collector demand. Quarters from the 1980s generally show a lot of wear as they circulated heavily. Finding one from 1984 with minimal wear, known as a good condition coin, is uncommon. Coins in truly uncirculated or mint state condition, however, are significantly more valuable. But don't worry. Even in good condition, this coin holds value, especially to those who are looking to complete a collection. So what's the market value of a 1984 Washington quarter with the P mint mark? In circulated conditions like good or fine, it's generally valued between $200,000. Keep in mind that while your good condition coin might not reach these higher values, it still has appeal for collectors who aim to complete a set of Washington quarters from each year and mint mark. 1984 Washington quarters are also known for certain errors that can drastically increase their value. One of the most sought-after errors for this year is the double die error, which can occur on either the obverse or reverse, though it's rare. Another error type is the off-center strike, where the coin's design appears shifted or incomplete. If you happen to come across one of these error coins, even in good condition, it could be worth considerably more, anywhere from $398,000 depending on the rarity and condition of the error. It's also important to note that Washington quarters from the early 1980s are rising in demand. The Washington Quarter series is a favorite among U.S. coin collectors, and many are now seeking out high-quality examples from each year and mint mark, including the 1984 P quarters. While they're still somewhat accessible, finding well-preserved, 1984 quarters becomes harder each year, so there you have it. The 1984 Washington quarter with the P mint mark might look ordinary, but it holds a unique appeal for collectors. Whether you have one in good condition or manage to find one with an error, it's a piece worth holding on to. Next up, Washington quarter from 1985 with the P mint mark. This particular quarter may look like your average pocket change, but collectors and investors know its true potential. We're here to explore why the 1985 P Washington quarter, even in very good condition, holds an increasing value in today's market. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, initially introduced to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Since then, it's become one of the most recognized coins in the United States, with millions produced every year. The P mint mark on a quarter signifies it was minted in Philadelphia, a mint known for producing substantial quantities of coin. So what makes the 1985 Washington quarter so unique? First, let's establish that not every 1985 quarter is valuable. As with many coins, condition, rarity, and certain characteristics can turn an everyday quarter into a sought-after collectible. Most of these quarters were struck on a copper-nickel clad, meaning they're not silver. However, some rare errors, known as silver planchet errors, make these quarters especially exciting for collectors. In terms of value, a typical 1985 quarter with the P mint mark in circulated or very good condition isn't typically worth more than face value. But when errors or unique variations come into play, the value can skyrocket. Specifically, some 1985 quarters were struck on a 40% silver planchet by mistake. These accidental silver quarters are highly sought after and are extremely rare. These silver planchet errors are valuable because they were never intended to be produced. When the Philadelphia Mint accidentally used leftover silver blanks from older coin series, it created a handful of 1985 quarters with a silver composition. Such coins can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on their condition. Collectors are especially intrigued by these silver errors due to their scarcity and the unusual nature of the mistake, wondering how to tell if you might have one of these valuable silver quarters. One trick is to weigh the coin. Regular copper-nickel quarters weigh about 5.67 grams, whereas a silver quarter will be noticeably heavier, around 6.25 grams. If you have a scale, it's a quick way to determine if your coin could be one of these rare errors. In today's market, a typical 1985 quarter with the P mint mark in very good condition holds only modest value, unless it's one of these rare silver errors. However, any 1985 quarter that is authenticated as struck on a silver planchet is a prized find. Auctions have seen these rare silver quarters sell for prices ranging from $690,000 depending on their condition and the demand among collectors. Recently, auctions for these silver error quarters have continued to attract attention. Prices fluctuate based on the coin's grading and the rarity of the error. As the number of collectors grows, so does the interest in rare error coins, meaning the value of these unique 1985 quarters is likely to continue rising. So there you have it, the story behind the 1985 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. Whether you're a new collector or a seasoned numismatist, there's always a chance that an unexpected find could lead to a hidden treasure. Next up, the 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in very good condition. This coin has become an interesting collectible in today's market and is often sought after by collectors, not just for its rarity, but also for the interesting period in coinage history it represents. So stay tuned as we uncover what makes this quarter unique and what it could be worth in dollars today. The Washington quarter has a rich history that began in 1932 as a way to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by John Flanagan, this quarter became an iconic representation of Washington and was originally meant to be a commemorative piece. However, it was so popular that it became a regular circulation coin and has been minted ever since. Over the years, the design of the Washington quarter saw several updates, with slight changes to both the obverse and reverse sides. The 1998 quarter, which we're focusing on today, holds a special place in the coinage timeline, as it was minted just before the launch of the state quarters program in 1999. This program marked a huge shift in US coin design, so the 1998 quarter became one of the last coins to feature the classic Washington quarter design before the introduction of state-themed quarters. The P mint mark on this 1998 quarter indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 896 million Washington quarters in 1998, which may sound like a lot, but finding one in very good condition with minimal wear and tear is relatively rare today. Coins in very good condition can still show noticeable signs of circulation but have enough detail remaining to be quite valuable. What makes this 1998 P quarter particularly appealing to collectors is the historical context and its condition. Collectors often look for coins that capture moments of transition, like the last year of an iconic design, and the 1998 Washington quarter fits right into that category. When it comes to determining a coin's rarity and market value, the condition is extremely important. The 1998 P Washington quarter, in very good condition, is defined as having only light wear on the high points of the design, with most major details still visible. While it's not a mint state or uncirculated coin, the fact that it's in very good condition still makes it desirable, especially if it has been well preserved. Coins from the late 90s that have stayed in good condition are harder to find because these coins were made to be circulated and used. Most of them show heavy signs of wear today, so a quarter from 1998 in very good condition already stands out in the collectible market. Now, let's talk about value. As of today, a 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark in very good condition can typically fetch anywhere from $30,000 depending on the specifics of the coin and the current demand. While this might seem like an enormous value, it's worth noting that prices can increase over time as fewer coins in good condition remain available on the market. Many collectors find it worthwhile to add these late 90s quarters to their collection, especially because they capture an end-of-era design that holds historical significance. For coins in even better conditions, like those graded as extremely fine or about uncirculated, the value can go up to $50,000, and if you have a 1998 P quarter in uncirculated or mint state condition, the price can reach anywhere between $270,000 depending on the grade and the specifics of the market at that time. These prices can vary, especially in auctions, where enthusiastic bidders might drive the price higher. The value of the 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark could increase over time, particularly because of its unique place in coin history. As the years go by, finding a 1998 quarter in very good or better condition will become harder, which could drive up demand among collectors who want to complete their Washington quarter collections. For those who want to hold onto this coin as an investment, it's a good idea to preserve it carefully. Keep it away from moisture and avoid cleaning it, as cleaning can actually lower its value. Although quarters from this period are not as commonly counterfeited as some older or rarer coins, it's still a good idea to be cautious. Always check for any obvious signs of tampering or odd characteristics that might indicate it's not genuine. The best way to ensure you're getting an authentic coin is to purchase from reputable sources or have it graded by a professional grading service. The 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark may not be the rarest or most expensive coin out there, but it's definitely a fascinating piece of history. This coin marks the end of a long era for the classic Washington quarter design and has become a popular addition for collectors interested in pre-statehood quarters. In very good condition, it's an affordable way for collectors to own a piece of US coinage history and might even become more valuable in the future. So, if you come across a 1998 P Washington quarter in good condition, consider setting it aside. It's not just another quarter, it's a piece of a collectible legacy that's appreciated by collectors today and might hold greater value in the years to come. Next up, exploring the story behind the 1996 Washington quarter dollar with the Philadelphia or P mint mark. This coin may seem ordinary, but its current market value, even in circulated condition, might surprise you. So let's uncover what makes this quarter an intriguing piece for collectors and anyone curious about coin values. First, let's start with a bit of background. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design, featuring Washington's profile, became iconic and remained largely unchanged until 1998, when the U.S. Mint began the State Quarters program. This program introduced unique designs for each state, but coins like this 1996 quarter hold a unique place in history as part of the traditional series before the changes in 1999. Our coin today, the 1996 Washington Quarter, was minted in Philadelphia, as denoted by the P Mint mark. It's made of a copper-nickel alloy, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.3 m. The design on the obverse, or front, displays John Flanagan's famous depiction of George Washington, while the reverse showcases an American eagle with outstretched wings, symbolic of strength and unity. So, what makes this 1996 quarter special in the market today, especially in circulated condition? Let's explore a few key factors. First, there's the demand among collectors. While millions of these coins were produced, certain coins from the 1990s, including the 1996 Washington Quarter, have gained attention. Collectors are interested in completing quarter sets, and finding one in excellent circulated condition can add value due to its age and availability. Next, let's talk about mint errors or variants. Even minor minting errors can make an ordinary coin more valuable. For the 1996 quarter, errors such as off-center strikes, doubled dies, or planchet flaws can add significantly to its value. If you find one with these types of errors, even in circulated condition, collectors might pay a premium. Another factor is eye appeal. In circulated condition, this coin can still hold value if it has retained much of its original design detail. Collectors look for coins with minimal wear and damage, meaning the better the condition, the higher the market interest. Even though it's not silver, the 1996 Washington Quarter's copper-nickel composition still holds intrinsic value. With recent interest in older currency, some collectors see value in holding onto these non-precious metal coins, especially if they're pre-1999 quarters. So what about its market value today? For a standard 1996 Washington Quarter in circulated condition, you might expect its worth to range from face value up to around $90,000 depending on its condition and any unique features. However, if it has distinct errors or is in exceptional circulated condition, the value can increase. Now, if you're lucky enough to find a 1996 Washington Quarter with a rare error such as a double die on Washington's profile, a misstrike, or a planchet error, the value could be much higher. Rare error coins from this year can sometimes fetch prices upwards of $800,000 depending on the error type and the coin's overall condition. So always inspect your quarters carefully, as you never know when you might find a hidden gem. To recap, the 1996 Washington Quarter with the P Mint mark is a coin that every collector should keep an eye out for. While circulated versions are generally valued slightly above face value, specific factors like errors, condition, and collector demand can raise the price. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, this coin is a great piece to have in your collection. Next up, the 1986 Washington Quarter with a P Mint mark in very good condition. This coin has an intriguing history and a surprising market value that collectors and investors alike will want to know about. The Washington Quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The 1986 version we're discussing today features the familiar design of President Washington on the front, created by John Flanagan. On the reverse side, you'll find the majestic eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom. But what makes the 1986 Quarter special, particularly the one minted in Philadelphia with the P Mint mark? The P Mint mark indicates that this quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest mint facilities in the country. While many collectors focus on quarters with mint marks from Denver or San Francisco, the Philadelphia Mint mark adds a layer of significance to this particular coin. The 1986 Quarter was part of a series that continues to be cherished by collectors. Condition plays a crucial role in a coin's value. The term very good refers to a specific grade in coin collecting, which indicates that the coin shows considerable wear but retains identifiable details. In the case of the 1986 Washington Quarter, a coin graded as very good will have a readable date and clear outlines of Washington's profile and the eagle, but with some signs of circulation wear. Now, let's talk about the market value. As of today, a 1986 Washington Quarter with a P mint mark in very good condition typically sells for between $180,000. However, depending on demand and the specific market trends, certain sales have reached even higher values. This is especially true for coins in better condition or those that have been graded and certified by professional grading services. For collectors, the 1986 Washington Quarter represents more than just its face value. It's a part of American history, a piece of art, and an investment. Many collectors seek to complete their sets of Washington Quarters, which can span from 1932 to the present day. Finding a quarter from 1986 in very good condition can be an exciting addition to any collection. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a newcomer to coin collecting, the 1986 Washington Quarter with a P mint mark in very good condition is a noteworthy piece to consider. Its historical significance, combined with its accessibility and potential value, makes it a fantastic choice for any collection. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more in-depth looks at coins and their histories. If you have a 1986 Washington Quarter or any other coins you'd like to discuss, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and happy collecting.